or at least emitters, right? So you look at a place like that, and it's like, ooh. You look at Korea, another 5G place. You look at Italy. Even here's the funny part: even though the areas that are infected aren't that 5G, the places that they've had to pass through are. So can you imagine that? You feel that strange wave frequency, then you get out to the country out of the city, and that sort of tension in the body starts to kind of ebb off. I know everyone knows it. You've probably driven to the city. Some of you are thinking, "Oh, I drive to the ghetto," and it feels a little strange, and you don't know what that tension is. And then as soon as you get over to like the suburbs, and there's rules and regulations about putting up towers. It's a little, you can feel that, you notice the difference biologically instantly. And it's not even like the scenery change, really. It's just that you're no longer in that blanket. I mean, there's a couple of apps out there. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but they actually show you where the different bubbles of radiation are being produced from different towers and how big it is and how many frequencies it is. It's a really interesting app, but I digress because the point is that that's what we're dealing with here. Is we're dealing with the fact that whoever made this virus in the Wuhan area, out of the P4 lab, which is, maybe, I think it's either a tenth of a mile or a quarter of a mile or a half a mile from the wet market where they were selling the meat. But something to keep, here's the thing is, I don't care what anyone tells you. They sold test animals.
Yeah,
they sold test animals.
About that for just a second. Let's talk about, okay, you were in China a month ago, and tell us what you know.
No. I want to stop you right there. I'm sorry. I was not in China a month ago. I was in China in, what was that? I flew from LA to China, and that was the 2nd of November. Between the 1st and the 2nd of November, I was there 2 days. And then I was in Qingdong. Mm-hmm. And I was on a bus, went from the hotel. Thank God it was a not crowded bus both times, although I did have a state issued roommate.
Okay, so it's been a quarantined amount of time, right? So,
I'm definitely good. Okay, I'm definitely clean.
Let's talk about the origins of the lab, the biotechnology, the origins, how it came about. What you know, sure. And how the virus was able to spread.
I hate to say it, but it's almost, like if you've ever seen the movie Quarantine, art imitates life. Art imitates life. So you have a situation where, first of all, one of the things that's causing the virus to spread as much as it is the fact that their smog is preventing them from getting vitamin D. And then when you factor in people in China using lightning creams and stripping out their natural pigmentation and their natural melanin that would normally trap the sunlight and allow them to produce the vitamin D3 their body needs to produce the secondary energy to keep their immune system going. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, all right. So,
all of these,
but the virus,
there's all of these.
But in regards to the virus was basically something. Listen, I said it before, and I'll say it again. I've been following the virus for 9 months.
Allowed to spread to the civilian population.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think we're really blessed because sooner or later they're going to finally admit to the sub-accident that happened in the so-called South China Sea. Was them trying to position themselves to weaponize it, and that little incident, collapsed, and that took out their whole Navy, so they're not even having any more naval exercises, and they'll tell you, and here's the crazy part, Russia's mum about it. Have you heard Russia say anything about the coronavirus? Anybody Google what Russia's saying. Russia is more tight-lipped than the White House and the Democrats put together, meaning, and they've been really kind of clamped down, but Russia did make one statement. They said that the accident from the sub was a byproduct of them testing an awesome weapon. That's what they said. Like, this is, you can Google it, Russia's statement on awesome weapon malfunction cause, and everyone was throwing out their usual statements, almost as if people were kind of just trying. This is something I've had to realize. Whenever the news reports on something that's happening right then and there, that's like in the process, they try to sensationalize things until Anyway, the point is they were trying to weaponize it. I'm sorry, what?
People are saying that this is an agenda by the government to...
No, we are. Listen. If this was an agenda by the government, it would have hit America. If it was an agenda by the government, get out of here. Which government? Which government? The government of we like to steal, eat, rape, and sell kids and ruin your life, and try to dominate and control you, like that government? Because get out of here. Meanwhile, no, this is no banker thing. This is what you folks, listen, I'm here to tell you folks. I have tried a million ways to get out of this country and get back to America. And everything I've tried has backfired in the most. I've spent 2 Mercury in retrogrades in this place. That's how long I've been here. Okay? I spent 2 Mercury. I came in at the end of one. I came in at the end of one, and I'm in the middle of one right now. And I can tell you right now, I've had my 80-day period, and it's like, now we're rolling through the second one right now. Ironically, right as the outbreak happens. But the point I'm getting at is this. This is where I'm going with this. Is that what I think a lot of people are missing is that we are blessed, and I can tell you, just by looking at the situation and my personal experience. I can tell you, I've been watching them change the iteration on the virus for the last 9 months. Listen, they were going to hit us upside the head with our pork products. They were going to hit everybody upside the head with their pork products. They were going to take out all of the people who were allied and kind of ambiguous or, hardline with America, all those Asian peoples. And then they were going to also take out everybody in all these places where people eat pork. They bought all of our chicken. They bought Sara Lee for the most part. They bought one of the largest chicken producers, right? Then on top of that, they bought, they're getting paid to do Britain's, the UK's fish processing. And then on top of that, they bought Smithfield's pig, which is the largest pig producer, from what I understand, in the world. So they were going to hit us all with a whammy, and the fact that they just happened to trip over the air like a monster movie, right? Running from their own shadows. And then their gun went off. Listen, they shot themselves in the foot with their own gun. That is all that happened. Because here's the thing about it, is that the only thing we would have had to worry about, here's something to think about. Their reaction is not just because, here's what people don't understand. The reaction that they're having coming from the Communist Party is not an ignorance of what the damage the virus can do. It is the ignorance of. It's not the ignorance of how to manage a viral situation. It's not the ignorance of managing a viral situation. It's the ignorance of not knowing the full capacity of the virus. Because here's the thing: is that right after the incident happened was when the virus had been moved to its final stage. Because if you look back and keep looking at outbreaks of mystery flu in Wuhan and Hubei province, it's all in the newspaper through 2019. It's all in it. You can keep seeing it, and you can keep seeing cover-ups. So they've been covering it up while simultaneously. Here's the crazy part.
Well, you know what, David, I can't help but think we're just talking off the cuff here, and this isn't really.
We're not. No, we are
show. This is
not talking off the cuff. We are not. Granted, but I'm telling you, I watched them change the. Here's just a side note. Just a side note.
I can't help but think when we originally back in 2005, when you and I first met and we started doing the Porthole to Justice, we were talking about biologicals, and we broke Pizzagate and Pedogate.
Well, see, here's something I realized. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I
can't help. Since that show, Pizzagate is everywhere. Everybody knows about Pizzagate and Pedogate, and all of this stuff is coming to light about these sexual predators. And I can't help but think, if Hillary Clinton was elected, I don't know.
Oh God, dude, it would have been hell on earth. Nobody can tell me different. Nobody can tell me different.
I'm wondering if they've had these bioweapons, and It's like Sodom and Gomorrah because I don't know. I'm going off into
No, it is. It is. And I don't care what anybody says. It is. I'm telling you, like, I've had enough experiences here to see very clearly that we were given a reprieve, because I'm telling you, for the last 9 months, they've been changing the iteration. And I mean, they even, listen, Bali even got a dose of the early version. Okay. They even sent a portion of the pigs that, listen, remember when the pork belly prices exploded and they immediately went out into the news and tried to tell you a lie, like China's buying up all the pork. China's buying all the pork. They're consuming it. That's why the pork bellies are blowing up. No, the pork bellies blew up because China had to kill off like 20, it was either 20 or 40,000 pigs. And that's what basically gouged out a quarter of the pig market. And that's when the prices blew up. Like, all the reasons they're giving people are complete garbage. But the reality was they had been iterating the virus. Now, here's the crazy part. While they're iterating the virus, listen to this madness. While they're iterating the virus, and you're seeing them, like, get rid of the pigs, and then they sent them off to Africa, and then they sent a portion of those to Bali. Bali had to put down like 400 pigs, and they're still waiting on the lab report from that. So what people are going to eventually come out and tell you is, so they were iterating on the virus. While they were iterating on the virus, they were still selling the meat out the back door, and of course it was contaminating other stock. But that's not even what's really crazy, is that by the time all that stuff had really started to happen, then when you look at the Smithfield purchase, all these, basically all your politicians were just signing away your country's food safety. On top of that, setting you up to be, hit with a bioweapon through your food. But here's the thing: is that people don't understand. Trump didn't grab homegirl in the Huawei CEO person because she was like just doing the money thing with Iran. What people fail to realize is that she wasn't just the CEO; she was the CTFO, the chief. I'm sorry, CTFO. She was the chief technology officer. So she's the one who knows more about. You get what I'm saying here? Listen. I guarantee you, as we move forward, she's going to be in America. I kid you not. This has nothing to do with trade deals, and maybe we'll give her back. This isn't about that.
Knowing what we know.
Yes.
Knowing what very little we know about the biological and the spread of it and the virus, because we really don't know that much. Being proactive.
Being proactive. Okay, so number one.
That's and quarantining and.
So we're talking about this. Talking about a man.
That's our main defense. Like.
So let's get that man for all seasons thing wrapped tight, right? Because a lot of people aren't ready for that. So here's something. I'm sorry, what?
Really quick. One of their faults, they didn't cover their eyes. They didn't wear goggles. They wore a face mask, but they didn't wear latex gloves or cover their eyes. Okay, go ahead.
Which I still don't understand. But I mean, again, it's not for the ignorance of not knowing how to contain it, but moving along. So you still have a ton of Korean people and a ton of unfortunate Korean people and a ton of unfortunate Chinese people still running around, hopping on different flights. Now they're starting to try to clean their airplanes in different places, but it doesn't even matter because it's like I don't care if you spray down the airplane. You got to clean the vents, buddy. You got to clean the vents. Like, you got to, anyway, moving along, change the HEPA filters and clean the airports. But right now, the only people that are really doing that, from what I can tell, is Singapore. They're on top of that. But getting back to the point, so let's talk about this from all 4 seasons. It's winter now, so you're going to need to take some vitamin D3 to give your body more energy, to boost your immune system. Because, listen, if your body is converting the vitamin D3 that you're taking into energy, it's going to send that energy to your immune system. And the reason why that's important is because you don't want to be splitting your normal energy that's produced during your sleep and wake cycle to digest food while simultaneously giving whatever pathogen in the environment, whether it's the coronavirus or it's